Your daughter-in-law said that there should be transparency in the Epstein case. Do you agree with her, sir?
The Attorney General's handled that very well. She's really done a very good job. And I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also. But I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important. And you want credible evidence for something like that. But she's handled it very well. And it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Yeah.
Pam Bondi, whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. The President of the United States, the whole focus of the people that are against him are trying to figure out why it is that he's covering this whole thing up. Pam Bondi, credible evidence. Maybe you should release the credible evidence. By the way, obviously, that's a clear indication that maybe release something that helps me distance myself from this, but also make people think that you've released all the information. But it's just the credible information. Very similar to his answer to Fox and Friends during the campaign.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
So Pam, there's a chance for Pam Bondi to speak. How about that credible evidence that Donald Trump says you can release?
In response to questions, comments that President Trump made a short time ago, just a few moments ago on the South Line, he said that he would support you releasing additional credible evidence from the Epstein investigation. Is that something that you are open to doing? He said this just a few moments ago. Let me take that first.
This today is about fentanyl. This is about a wall of people right outside this room who have died from, I appreciate your question, but this today is about fentanyl overdoses throughout our country and people who have lost loved ones to fentanyl. That's the message that we're here to send today. Nothing about Epstein. I'm not going to talk about Epstein.
You're overseeing this huge scandal and the basis for Donald Trump, part of the basis for Donald Trump getting in office, but we're not going to talk about Epstein. We're here to talk about fentanyl. Donald Trump said you can release the credible evidence. She doesn't apparently have any of the credible evidence. Maybe she has something that she could say about the whole story about Dan Bongino saying he's ready to quit.
Is there disruption at the leadership of DOJ and the FBI with your relationship with Dan Bongino that is affecting the operations?
No, I'm not going to talk about personnel matters. No, I was with Director Patel all morning, and we are committed to keeping America safe, making America safe, working with our incredible partners at DEA, FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals to do everything we can to make America safe, and that's what we're focused on. And today, we're focused on protecting our kids. And I would ask all of you, when you leave, go look at that wall outside, right outside this room, of all the fentanyl deaths, all the faces of fentanyl that you have done an amazing job putting up.
Can't talk about Bongino either. She's not going to talk about personnel issues because, it's not like she serves the country or anything. She serves Donald Trump, who, again, wants to give her the opportunity to give that credible evidence. I'm going to give her one last chance.
The president said today you would release credible files related to Mr. Epstein. Are you prepared to do that, and when would you do that?
Our memo speaks for itself, and we'll get back to you on anything else. I haven't seen all of his statements today. Thank you.
How would you respond to the MAGA base that has expressed a lot of frustration about this?
We're going to fight to keep America safe again, and we're fighting together as a team. That's what's so important right now. We've got a war on drugs. We've got a war on human trafficking. We've got cartels in this country, and we are going to do. We've got foreign adversaries around this world as well, and we're all going to work together as a team to fight to keep America safe again. And I can tell you that's what we're all committed to. Thank you. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for please.
She's like, I got to get the hell up out of here. You guys are going to keep asking about this. And I already told you this is about fentanyl. Look at the wall. I mean, fentanyl. Look at the wall. Fentanyl. I thought you guys cut all that off. I thought the border is completely sealed and that fentanyl is not an issue anymore. Everything is so great. Remember? We're in the golden age. Why is there still fentanyl here? That's weird how that works. But, let's talk about fentanyl. I'm not sure if they realized or didn't realize that these questions would be asked. Because it's pretty obvious that the guy who's telling her what to do also didn't realize that these questions would be asked. They don't even have an answer of how they're going to continue to push out this lie. They really didn't have an answer as to how they were going to address this after people said, okay, you're in office now. How about that Epstein thing?
I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going.
He can't figure it out. Not at all. He has no idea why the Epstein things just keep going. Outside the fact that he was talking about the Epstein thing a million times. Outside the fact that his entire movement is talking about how they're against child sex trafficking, because those illegals do it all the time. And it's only those illegals do it. None of these rich, elite, high paid, let's keep it real, people who run our government doing things like this.
What did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
No. She's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden information, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well.
It's the same lines. It's Obama, it's Biden. Nobody, for real. I think for real, someone should tell him, some advisor, but they're all yes men now. Somebody should nudge him, be like, hey, bro, it's not working anymore. They don't believe that it was Biden. Bill O'Reilly tried it, but they don't believe that it's Biden anymore, bro. We need a new lie. Let's go back to Alex Jones. Remember last week or a week before, Alex Jones was losing his mind. He was starting to cry. He was like, he was starting to cry over whether or not how badly this guy's been running things. Let's do an update check on Alex Jones.
I'm getting really concerned here at this point because the flip-flopping and the 180ing and the going back is just the biggest train wreck I've ever seen. And it's not in character for you to be acting like this. So we want your agenda to succeed. I've done deep research, never saw you involved with Epstein and criminal activity. So why are you acting like this? You made a deal with the establishment to leave you alone. Have they rolled over? U.S. intelligence we know is involved, Mossad, CIA, MI6, we already know that. But instead, you just continue to say nothing to see here, move along, though go ahead and release information, but there's no information to release. Contradiction for contradiction, flip-flopping after flip-flopping, 180s on 180s on 180s. Jesus, I'm on a roller coaster here. And then, it's only fake news is concerned. Like MTG and Tucker Carlson and myself and Joe Rogan and the American people. This is something that finally got our attention. People finally woke up to this. People finally understand, a window in the deep state with all this. And so you signing on to this and flip-flopping is just self-harming. I mean, please, President Trump, stop. If you want it to go away, just be quiet. It's like there's a gun to his head saying, you better come out and say none of this exists or we'll release it. It's bad. It's getting worse by the minute. And I support you, but we built the movement you wrote in on. You're not the movement. You just surfed in on it. And I'm telling you, man, the Democrats we know are pure evil. My God, they promote pedophilia and everything openly. So why the hell are you acting like this? Please stop now.
It's the question was, why are you acting like this now? I think I have an idea of why you might be acting like this. This guy, Alex Jones, the one with a million conspiracy theories, can't come up with the one connection between the one person who's the linchpin between releasing this whole thing and also the guy who was best friends with the person who was running that entire operations. He can't. He's asked the question, but what he wants him to do is, please, Mr. President, please just be quiet. You're making it so much worse. Just shut the please, you're talking too much. We can't answer for all these. We can't continue to cover for you when you continue to unveil how completely complicit you are in making sure this doesn't come out. It's just too boring. It's way too much. How are we going to pull this off? So lastly, because of this, let me read this from Donald Trump. He's very upset. He doesn't know why they keep talking about it. It's way too boring. This is what he posted. This is the post that's been after he said the hi gals and boys, and you guys just need to stop. This got more aggressive. I'm gonna jump right around the middle when he starts targeting his supporters. They're no good at governing. He's talking about Democrats, no good at policy and no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. This is his problem. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Now he's having a title to it, so you guys can go off of that. In my past, he put in capital, supporters have bought into this BS, except he said the full word. Hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. I've had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history. And all these people want to talk about with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Oh, he brought it back again. He's already bringing back the line. This is his thing. Let these weaklings, he's talking about his supporters, let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald Trump. Trump no longer wants the support of his rabid MAGA base. The same rabid MAGA base that he also gave middle fingers to right when he came to office. And he and Elon Musk said, we're going to bring in these different immigrants that have better education and can work in these fields much better than you dumbass Americans. Remember that? Do you guys remember that uproar? And then they got all mad and said, I can't believe that they're betraying us. It was like day one. I'm sorry, into the first week. And they forgave him. Then they forgave him for the second and the third and the fourth thing. Now he's looking to see if they're going to forgive him for this. But at this point, as he said, I don't care. I don't want your support. Go hang out with those dirty lunatic leftists because he's a uniter. Nothing screams, I'm trying to hide things more than the way that this guy's approaching this entire thing. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.